Hello, today I'm going to teach you about 3D parametric models. It's one of the things I wish I'd known about long before I ever started 3D modeling. It's basically a model that uses placeholders for your parameters, for your dimensions. Why is it useful? Well, let's take a look at this. We have this organizer I use for my desk. It has 3 different size boxes. Before parametric modeling came into play, I would have to have 3 individual files for these 3 boxes. And if I wanted a 4th box, well, I would have to create a 4th file. Then if I wanted to change anything like a height or a radius, I would have to go into each one of those files and change those. Also, other folks that had not created the model, they would need to know what model to go into, what sketch, and know exactly what dimension to change to make the whole thing work. Let's dive into Fusion 360 and see how we can use this to our advantage. So in Fusion 360 here, I'm going to start with defining some parameters. These are our placeholders that I was talking about. And with the parameters, we can think about what are the logical things that users would want to change. Well, in the case of this box, I might have 1 by 1, but I want a 1 by 2 or a 3 by 3 or a 4 by 4, whatever the case may be for the size of my desk drawer. So let's start with unit size. That's going to be our smallest unit. Our 1 by 1 box here that I showed was 30 millimeters by 30 millimeters. So that's what we'll call unit size. Now we're going to multiply that size to get our full length and our full width. So we don't need units on those dimensions, and we'll start with 1. We'll do the same thing here for width. No units, start with 1. Another dimension that users will most likely want to edit is going to be height. The boxes that I was showing you start at 60 millimeter heights. And then one last parameter that's really handy to use is wall thickness. We anticipate these being used on 3D printers, so being able to adjust that is helpful. Now there's one more parameter I'm going to show you later on in the video, and it's basically a superpower. But for right now, let's get started with these. If I click on Origin and I create our first rectangle, this will be the bottom of the box. When I start putting dimensions on this, I don't need to type in 30 manually. What I do is I use those parameters, which if you recall was unit size, and I can actually use a mathematical expression in here, so unit size times width. And that's going to get me the width of the box. Same thing for this dimension, unit size times length. We'll go ahead and finish the sketch. And then we're going to extrude this to create a cube. And again, I could type in 60 millimeters manually, or I use our height parameter. Lastly, we're going to hollow out this box using our wall thickness. So just like the dimensions, whenever you are defining some kind of extrusion or other parameter, you can use those in here as well. So we'll say wall thickness. And there you have it, our 1 by 1 box. If I didn't want a 1 by 1 box, but instead I wanted a 1 by 2 box, all I need to do is go in here and change one of the length or width parameters, and that box will grow accordingly. So pretty cool stuff. Now I promised you a superpower of this feature, so let's jump into that. If I create one more parameter in here called grid, we'll make it no units, and we'll start with 4. Click OK. In Fusion 360, you have the ability to make a rectangular pattern. So in this case, we're going to click the object and then the 2 axes here. And we're going to use that grid parameter to multiply our units. So if you have a large desk drawer and you want to print off multiples of these, you can do this with one parameter change in Fusion 360. So to get our offsets correct so they don't collide with each other, all we need to do is click unit size, then we'll multiply that by length. And then we will add our wall thickness just to give them enough separation. And if we do the same on the other axes, we'll say unit size times width plus wall thickness. And there you have it, a 4x4 grid, because that's what we defined in our grid parameter. If I only wanted to print off one, I can change that parameter back to 1, and now I have just one. So that's all I have for you today. I hope you learned something new. Don't forget to like the video, and please subscribe so you can keep up to date on our future projects. Subscribing also helps me reach more users who might be interested in the same material. I hope you have a great day, and God bless.